Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is Memory here, and we're everyone, ladies and gentlemen, for the first episode of The Promised Neverland. Like I said, one of my most anticipated projects of this season. I would even go as far as to say this whole year. And I mean, there's so many projects to look forward to this year. Like 2019 is looking great, and this is definitely one of those big ones. I'm mostly anime only. I say that because a while ago, I forget exactly when it was, but we actually had a stream because I wanted to do Promise Neverland read-throughs on my channel. That was the plan. And the first stream I did, it went like so well and everything. Everyone was really excited that I was, starting to read The Promise Neverland. We read the first 4 chapters on stream, and I actually ended up getting a strike on that video. And then a little bit after that stream, the anime got announced, and I was like, well, I don't want to do any more videos over it because I just got a strike for chapters 1 through 4. So the anime got announced. I'm just going to wait for the anime. So I'm mostly anime only. So chapter 5, whenever that's adapted in the anime, I don't think it'll be adapted in this episode, obviously. But I'm just saying, once we reach chapter 5 of the manga, that'll from that point onward, it's all going to be anime only for me. And even with that said, like my memory's still a little bit hazy on what I read in those first 4 chapters. Now I remember like the characters like Emma, Ray, Norman, um, Mama. I think that's what they called the lady who like runs the orphanage and all that. But really, just with me having read the beginning parts, I just want to see how it's actually handled, the tone of it, the music, especially like from the previews, from the little commercials and all that I've saw. It looks like they are really going to nail what makes the Promised Neverland the Promised Neverland, at least from what I've read of it. The little bit I've read of it, which you get the kind of vibe or the tone of the series pretty early on. So I'm really excited for that. We have some pretty good staff on the project, I would say. The only really worry I have, and a lot of others have been saying it as well, is like the background art. Like, I think I forget who exactly is doing the background art for Promise Neverland, but a lot of people wanted like Studio Pablo, and they're not going to be on it. And it's actually one of what people consider the weaker background studios. So the Promised Neverland has some pretty detailed like background art and just scenery and things that make it what it is. So we'll see how that goes in that regard. Maybe the actual background art department at Cloverworks itself can make up for some of that. But we'll see. Overall, though, really looking forward to this. Really excited to get into it and see what we got. So yeah, with all of that said, memories, memory. Yep. It was a while ago. It was a while ago. That the whole thing that happened with the first 4 chapters and all that. I don't know if you guys were in that stream. I think some of you guys were. Definitely some of you guys were. Um, but yeah, first episode of The Promised Neverland. We are here, everyone. We're gonna get started. I hope you guys are ready. We're getting into it at the beginning of the episode, 0 seconds, and we're gonna hop into it in 3, 2, 1, play. Now, how could I not forget? I want to see and hear that OP as well, and the ED even. There's Emma. Yeah. See that background really didn't look that bad there. The way that looked. Ray. All 3 of them are awesome. Emma, Ray, Norman. Especially Emma. Really liking the voice acting choices as well for the 3 of them. A little bit of foreshadowing. Looking forward in the series. And here we got the OP. I've been holding back, man, all day. It's been killing me. And it's Overworld, which I know I'm going to love the song, but my biggest thing was like, is it going to fit with the kind of series that The Promised Neverland is? I'm really loving these visuals already as well. The black bars, I love when shows do that shit. It's a little thing, but fire. That is great. I love that fire. Yeah, these shots are pretty nice. I think Nishigori is actually on the storyboards and in the directing for the OPs. Definitely can see that. Definitely. Yo. Oh my gosh, look at these visuals, man. This is, yeah. You can definitely tell this is Nishigori. Man, just like the kind of like filter they have over it, like the cinematic kind of effect. Very well animated too. And I love the song. The song actually, I like it a lot better than I thought I was going to for the show. Like I liked the song already. I mean, for the bit of it we heard in the commercials, I liked. I knew I was gonna love the song, but it actually fits better than I was thinking it was going to. They made it work. So we see they all have the numbers on them in the orphanage. They're all like little kids, you know. They're all very tiny. Connie, Connie, no. Ah, love how they're all pretty distinguished too. Like they don't all look the same. Like even for the other little kids, you know, you see that in anime so much where a lot of the characters look this, you know, look the same. They have the same hair color or whatever. Besides the main characters, but like, look, all these kids have. You can kind of differentiate between them. That's Emma for you. 11 years old and one of the oldest here. Mama, mama. Hmm. Emma's like, hey, actually feels like a mom, you know? That Emma smile too. Yeah, man, that music, that Amin is kind of feeling to it with the numbers being, you know, that being a focus. You guys should already be able to tell this isn't, you know, you should be able to tell that something's up here. They have numbers on them. They have numbers on their necks. And just like the music and the kind of tone, like, yeah, all of them taking these like crazy, they look like super complex kind of tests to me. Like I would just, no thank you, especially if I was that young. The close-ups on the character, like the character facial expressions, is freaking phenomenal too so far. Really love that. Which is something that they said they were going to focus on a lot with this one. The, you know, the animators, the character actually like animations and all that was something they were really focused on getting down. Perfect scores for Emma, Ray, and Norman. The trio. All three very formidable. Don. And look, the orphanage out in the middle of nowhere. Like, oh. Connie's so cute. She's so adorable, man. Love Connie. Norman. Gotcha. Surprise. Right, it's Norman for you. Emma, of course. Really feeling the BGMs too so far, the background tracks, man. A lot of good signs, a lot of good, definitely a lot of good things going for it so far. Cannot complain too much. So, yeah, I don't think there's really anything to complain about, honestly, yet. Yeah, that's kind of cool how they're doing that with the with the clock in the back. Emma, you you sly one. Eh, don't fall for that, Emma. Oh, got your ass. Hey, but look how long it took Norman, you know? Yep, the brain. The way they make it, yeah, it's kind of like a competition, not just a normal simple game of tag. Although that's how Emma sees it. But it becomes like kind of competitive when they're both trying to, you know, how we saw them just a minute ago, running side by side almost. This man Don. Norman's like, all right, take you on this. Mm-hmm. We saw at the beginning of the episode, kind of foreshadowing. Ooh, such a like small barrier too, you know, like a small. Can't go there no matter what. Oh, Ray out of nowhere. Right, that's what I was saying. Like, look how low. And for them, Mama or Mom is just her word is like law is absolute kind of. But as you could tell, Ray doesn't really see it like that just from his response to Emma. He's like, "You really love mom, don't you?" Like that's what that's what Ray and Norman have more so than Emma is kind of appear more so right now where we're at. After they leave the house and no one writes us. Nobody finds this odd. They do. Some of them do. That can't just be every single one of them. Just all the times they've shared and memories made, they don't write. Come on now. That's Phil. See, there's a lot of hype surrounding Phil. I don't know what it's all about yet because I've only read the first 4 chapters. So right, he's always thinking about that. That's for someone of his age though to think about that, in his head like that. That's crazy, man. They're geniuses in their own rights. Connie, Connie, so adorable. Ah, ah. He's so cute, man. Ah, Don. Like, look, even like, with how young like they all are. Like, see, look, this is so sketchy. Like, just taking them out, like the middle of the, and where are they heading? You know? Yeah. Oh, dude. Look what we saw at the beginning of the episode, man. The very beginning that kind of was foreshadowing, like ahead, kind of. I like how they started that off like that. By the way, I never mentioned that, but wait, yeah, I forgot about that bit. Because that's how they, yeah, that's how they end up. They gotta go give it to her, yeah. And it's open, yep. No matter what. See what I mean about the backgrounds though? Like sometimes they look pretty nice, but then the other times it's just like I don't really know what they're doing. And they're not like terrible, but I kind of like how the camera angle they're going for though. Never saw a vehicle before. They've never saw a car. Like, isn't that crazy? Look at this kind of like kind of machinery, like with the gears, the piping, everything that's above them. They're just trying to figure out like what the hell all this is. Like this is all new to them. This is all stuff they have never saw because they're just not supposed to be here. They're not supposed to go past this point. Oh shit. Man, that pan. Dude, the music is so fucking good, man. Dude, Connie, no, dude. Yeah, when I first read this, man, dude, Connie. After she was just talking, and all that, like, dude, the facial expressions are so fucking good, though, man. They are nailing it, like, knocking it out of the ballpark. Like Emma's Norman's, like, after Connie was talking about, I'm gonna write you guys lots of letters. I'm gonna like, I want to stay. Like, fucking demons. And it's for them. They've like, yeah, look at them. They didn't even know like anything out there was like this. Like this is all new to them. This is all like, I would be exactly like them right now. And look how young they are. Fucked. Absolutely fucked. Connie, man. I was just like, she's so adorable. And then all of the human flesh produced on this farm are high quality meat. On this farm, the fucking orphanage. That's where she just came from. That's where Connie just came from. Huh. Wonder who did we see bringing her here? Mama. Dude. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, dude. I would piss myself. And they left the. They don't have the little bunny with them. The reality of the orphanage. That's why there's been no letters. You're not mistaken, Emma. It's fucking terrifying. I know. It's heartbreaking. Everything that they've been led to believe in this, the way they've been made to feel, and especially about Mama and about everyone else, and about them finding good homes has been a lie. I wouldn't want to talk about it either. I would not want to say one word. I would not be able to say a word. Connie. Oh, fuck yeah. Can't. Nobody can stay here. All just being raised here to die. I'm, And his music, too. This might be one of my favorite OSTs of the year, yo. I know it's really early, but, like, this is only episode 1, too. But, like, dude, they are just nailing it in a lot of these aspects, man. I was curious about how they would go about it. Huge ass demons, man. Those monsters, yeah. You need a strategy, yeah. It's not gonna quite be like a game of tag, but yeah, you're right. Ray hearing it all. Joe. Oh shit. Oh shit. Mama's pissed. Someone was here, and she's not. She knows. She knows something's up. Obviously. We got the ED theme from is it Ko Shuni? I think. Who I first heard on Tokyo Ghoul. Now this would be more of like a group or a song that fits kind of the Promised Neverland, for sure. I'm liking this too, man. We have a pretty damn good OPED combination, huh? Wow. Like the ED theme as well. Gotta say. I'm really feeling that OP though. That OP is something fierce, man. Especially the visuals and So yeah, everyone. Promise Neverland episode 1 for you anime onlys. For those anime onlys, what do you think? Like they nailed it personally. The voice acting I love, especially for Ray, Emma, and Norman. I didn't really look too much into the voice acting for the characters. Honestly, I usually look more into the staff, because usually with some voice actors I can tell, or I may not know their names, but I can tell like what other characters that they have like voice. I'll be able to say like, oh, this sounds like this character from this show. That's why sometimes I do look into the voice acting, but I'm usually more of I like looking at the staff, who's involved. But the picks for those three in particular, great picks. So that the voice acting, the music, man, the music is so good and so fitting for a lot. Like towards the end there, oh man, they just they knocked it out of the park. Like I said, the facial expressions, the close up shots of like we saw of Ray or Emma and Norman, especially at the end of the episode, like terrific, like so good, man. And like I said before, that's what they were talking about, focusing really with this anime adaptation was really nailing the character, animations and just their like expressions and all that. And they definitely are showing that they are all about that because they just did a phenomenal job. So that as well. I mean, the thing that a lot of people, like I was talking about as well, were worried about, kind of like the backgrounds. I mean, it could be a lot better. It could be a lot better, I would say, if you just go look at the art, which it's hard to, especially for kind of detailed manga, for any animation studio or any animation art department, working on it. It's hard to nail it officially, just like the source material. But if you just go and look at the like first chapter, I'm pretty sure this just adapted the first chapter, like the first chapter of the Promised Neverland, you go and look at the kind of the backgrounds and then compare it to this, it would have been better off in the hands of another art studio in my opinion, but it's not like terrible. It's passable in my opinion. That's really like the only thing that's kind of like it's not even holding the series down, but it's just one of the things I would say is like a little negative, but it's not something that's going to like totally like derail the series or anything for me. Maybe you guys feel differently. I don't know. I just feel like there's so like especially Studio Pablo. I know a lot of people wanted Studio Pablo on here for the art. They would have. Oh man, I wish but I would love to see like them working with the backgrounds in this. But we're not gonna have that. But yeah. Besides that, I mean, what else can I really say? The OP, the ED, go going more into the music. Love the picks. The Overworld track fits pretty nicely, more than way better than I was expecting. So yeah, and it seems like they adapted it pretty well as well. I think I think they only adapted the first chapter, if I remember correctly from what I've read, because I only read the first 4 chapters, and the first chapter is like a double lengther. So pretty sure they only went in um adapted the first chapter. But yeah, they definitely did a great job of setting the tone, letting you know really early what kind of series this is going to be. You may see all these kids smiling, having a good time, in the orphanage, like, but there's a lot of little hints that they give you really early on. I mean, the numbers on their necks, right? The kids who are writing letters or who aren't writing letters, they're going out getting new homes and not writing any letters. Like every single one of them. You're telling me not one of them kids wrote a damn letter back? Like, see, they threw in little hints there throughout the first episode on that there's possibly something really sketchy going on here with the orphanage, and then at the end of the episode, bam, reveal they're literally being raised and essentially harvested for these demons. So like Norman and Emma are talking about, they got to get the hell out of here and they need a plan. Norman was only talking about the three of them, but you can't leave these others here. You can't leave these others here. But yeah, a lot of you guys probably could tell just maybe from the first part of the episode, like, because how they kind of started it off before we got the OP, that it was going to be more of a darker tone type of series, and they did a really good job with it, man. I gotta give props to where props are due, So yeah, so okay, first chapter. I felt like that's what it was. Oh, Sloan was in here. I don't know if you're still in here, Sloan. Thanks for stopping by, though. Good to see you. Yeah, Sloan was right. Sloan, you're definitely right on that. The demons, they nailed that as well. Like, just that even ties into what I was saying about the character designs and the character expressions and animations and all that. Like, they just did just a phenomenal job about it. I don't know how many more times I have to say that, but uh, yeah, I'm excited for more. I'm really excited because it's not like I've read so much of the manga. I've only read 4 chapters, so there's still there's so much more that I'm not going to know. Like honestly, I don't even remember what happens in the next 2 or 3 chapters, like chapters 2 to 4. I only really remember the first episode. The first episode stands out a whole lot more to me just because of like when I first read it, how I was like, what the fuck, especially with Connie. What? Oh, Connie and the little bunny, man. Like when I first read it, ah, oh, and then the ending, man. So we'll see how that'll be. With Norman, Emma, and them, of course, still at the orphanage, and then Mama being there after she saw the bunny. How the hell did the bunny get there? She knows something's up. We saw how pissed she was. So yeah, after episode 2 or 3, I'll be fully anime only because I'm not reading any more of the manga. I told myself after I got a strike on that first stream that I was just gonna stay with the anime because it got announced and all that, and it kind of worked out nicely. So, um, but yeah, man, for premiere episodes, definitely one of the best ones so far. I would say I would say enjoyed this more than the Shield Hero first episode. Shield Hero first episode is pretty good, but this and Mob are gonna be like neck and neck. I feel for this season for me, but still have a lot more shows to come as well. But I mean, I feel like a lot of this season it's gonna be like a neck and neck with depending on how the second season of Mob goes. But like this and Mob are gonna be right there for me. So do I still watch Black Clover? No, I do not. I watched Black Clover to like episode 10 or 11, and I stopped watching it just because I didn't really like it. I've heard it's got a lot better, but I honestly don't have the time to watch more. Like to catch up, it'd be what 40, 50 episodes. So yeah, man, if I had to give this, I know we kind of went on a little bit longer here, but no worries. If I had to give this first episode like a rating, man, in terms of like the adaptation, the tone, kind of atmosphere set, the character expressions, animations, music, taking everything into account, I would honestly say this is probably like a 9, close to a 10 out of 10 first episode. Honestly, like really, um, definitely starting out strong. Really, really happy that they're obviously staying pretty close to the source material. It's only going to be 12 episodes, so they're probably going to get the first the first arc, the first big arc or whatever, out of the way, which I think is what 37, 38 chapters I've heard. I think so. That's about what 3 chapters an episode roughly. So that's about a pretty normal adaptation. Maybe for some bigger moments they'll maybe slow it down a bit. We'll see. We will see. Yeah, Promise Neverland is blowing up. It was trending. It was trending earlier on Twitter. I saw that while I was at work. A lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people making videos over it. It's great. It's great, especially for the manga fans. I'm really really happy for the manga fans because it looks like they're giving it what it deserves. Like there's so many other manga that we've saw, not even just manga, but novels that just get these screwed up, altered, rushed adaptations, which deserve good adaptations. I just think of Berserk. I mean, the OG Berserk is pretty damn good, like the '90s Berserk, but like as a continuation, more Berserk, we haven't really got. We haven't really got what we've wanted. Like you see, there's a lot more cases like that though, so it's good to see that right now they're going in with it. And I hope that man, if they just drop one core, say a year or like year and every year, 2 years, I'd be fine with that. Honestly, like that would be totally okay with me. Like give it the My Hero Academia treatment or something. Like just literally dedicate the staff that's working on this right now. Maybe some new faces along the way, in the future and all that. But like the core staff, just keep them together, man, and just literally dedicate this part of Cloverworks, because dedicate this part of Cloverworks to this series and just give it the My Hero Academia treatment. Because I've always used My Hero Academia as like kind of the golden example when it comes to this kind of thing. Because My Hero Academia, just the formula that they have there is just there's a reason why it's super successful. you know, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but that's one of the big reasons. All right, I've rattled on a lot. This definitely was needed though. I love the first episode of Promise Neverland. Let me know what you guys thought of it. If you did enjoy the video, the stream, make sure you drop a like. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.